Welcome to the Deep Dive, where our mission is, well, it's pretty simple, but also kind of profound. We take your sources, we peel back the layers, and we transform that raw information into deeply insightful, memorable knowledge that really sticks with you.
Right. And today, we're embarking on an absolutely unique journey. It's into the world of sports commentary specifically, a single, really compelling round of golf.
Yeah, brought to life through the eyes and, I mean, the unmistakable voice of a very, very passionate commentator.
Our entire deep dive today centers on just one powerful piece of source material. It's a YouTube transcript titled Six Overwearing an FC Barcelona Jersey, uploaded on the Hiroki Ino channel.
And this isn't your average, clinical play-by-play, not
We're-
at all.
No, what we have here is basically a masterclass in dynamic, unscripted observation. It offers a fresh, unfiltered perspective on how we perceive and connect with sports, and really with any kind of information.
You might think golf commentary is all like hushed tones, maybe some polite applause and lots of technical jargon, the kind that, frankly, might put you to sleep. But prepare to be genuinely surprised. This isn't that. We're going to explore how one person's voice, just brimming with personality, can paint a complete, vivid picture and evoke strong, immediate emotions and even, teach us profound lessons about communication, engagement, and the art of observation, all while dissecting the intricate details of a golf round.
Exactly. We're not just extracting the facts of the game like the score or the clubs use. We're pulling out these fascinating insights into human performance, the power of subjective observation, and, a healthy dose of unexpected, often kind of self-deprecating humor.
That's a big part of it.
As you listen to this deep dive, we really invite you to consider how this kind of detailed, personality-driven observation can make even what might seem like a niche or, a dense subject incredibly engaging and accessible. What truly stands out to you about this commentator's distinctive style? And maybe more importantly, how might the techniques he uses apply to how you digest, interpret, and even share information in your own life, every single day?
Okay, so let's unpack this fascinating source material and see what gems we can find. Let's dive in. So we're starting right at the very beginning of Hiroki's round. And immediately, the commentator, who we've come to know as Mark, gives us this incredibly strong, almost cinematic visual.
Yeah, right away.
Hiroki steps onto the first tee, not in your typical golf attire, but wearing the Barcelona team colors today and sporting a new era hat.
It's quite a look.
It is. And this isn't just a throwaway detail, It immediately signals this unique blend of style and sport. It tells you, the listener, right from the get-go, this isn't your average buttoned-up golf experience. There's a distinct blend of, athletic flair and maybe a more casual, passionate spirit. And I have to say, it kind of connects with us personally because my good friend Ray, who is truly one of the kindest, most gentlemanly guys you'll ever meet, he actually bought all of us these FC Barcelona jerseys on a trip we took to Spain.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah, so there's this real sense of shared camaraderie and a nod to that vibrant FC Barcelona spirit woven into this very personal commentary for us, too.
That's a great observation, and that personal connection, it makes it even richer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But what's truly compelling here is how quickly Mark, our commentator, establishes both the visual scene and, the core character of Hiroki.
Right.
Not just as a golfer, but as an individual. He does this through really descriptive language and these almost instantaneous emotional shifts.
Yeah, the shifts are key.
The attire is the very first signal, right? It sets a tone that hints at passion, maybe a less conventional approach to the game, and certainly a distinct identity for Hiroki on the course. It's an immediate invitation for you, the listener, to invest in this player's journey.
Absolutely. It sets the stage beautifully. And then we jump straight into hole one, and it is, it's a dramatic opening indeed.
It really is.
Hiroki's first drive at Riverview. It's described with a specific instruction. Wind up the pitch, but then we hear the immediate concern, a little bit of a left slice.
Yeah, now, for those less familiar with golf, a slice is when the ball curves sharply to the right for a right-handed golfer, often indicating, an error. And Mark immediately speculates on the consequences, saying he might be in the bunker.
You hear that little bit of hesitation there.
Exactly. You hear that uncertainty, that potential trouble, that slight gasp of apprehension right off the bat. It just draws you into the immediate tension of the game.
And this is where Mark's commentary truly shines, I think, in its dynamic range. What's fascinating is how he pivots so dramatically, almost instantly, from that potential misstep.
Right. It's like whiplash sometimes.
Totally. Following the potential trouble, he just erupts with this fervent praise. What a strike, what a ball. Okay.
Way up there.
Huge relief in his voice.
Yeah. This immediate, unfiltered shift from like a moment of potential disaster to immense admiration is a real signature of his style. It's a masterclass in emotional mirroring almost. He doesn't just describe the play. He invites you into this shared visceral experience of the moment's highs and lows. This genuine emotional transparency forges an instant, powerful connection. It makes even routine details resonate deeply and, honestly, become unforgettable.
And it absolutely sets the stage for the rest of the game, doesn't it? Because despite that initial slice concern, Hiroki gets to his first hole birdie putt.
Amazing recovery.
Yeah. Now, for those new to golf, a birdie means completing the hole in one shot under the expected par for that hole. So it's a fantastic start, a real moment of triumph. Mark describes the putt as downhill with a little right-to-left break.
Tricky.
Yeah, meaning the ball will naturally curve. Adding a layer of challenge requires precision. And he even notes Hiroki is using a Scotty Cameron putter, a high-end brand, recognized for its precision. Hints at quality gear, a serious golfer.
Right.
Mark's reaction to the successful putt is just pure, unadulterated joy. It's in there, birdie. What a perfect read. What a perfect read. That double emphasis on perfect read, it really hammers home the success and Mark's excitement. You feel it.
It's that rapid, almost whiplash-inducing emotional range that makes his commentary so engaging. You're not just told a fact. You're experiencing the commentator's highs and lows right alongside them. You feel the immediate emotional investment.
Totally.
This immediacy is really a hallmark of truly captivating storytelling, where the narrator's own emotional journey becomes intertwined with the audience's. It makes the whole narrative feel alive.
Exactly. So after that fantastic high-energy start, we move to hole 2, which is a par 3. And hopes are high.
Naturally.
Hiroki uses a pitching wedge for this shot, which is about 130 yards. And Mark even takes a moment, which I like, to appreciate the course's overall condition, noting, taking care of the baseball fields. They do a really nice job on the baseball fields here in the city.
It's a nice little detail.
It's a brief but insightful digression, right? Showcasing Mark's broader observational skill, he's not just laser-focused on the player, but the entire environment of the game. It paints a more complete picture of the setting, kind of immerses you in the full atmosphere.
It's a subtle but, I think, powerful technique. By acknowledging the wider environment, Mark adds layers of authenticity and depth. He's showing us he's attuned to more than just the ball and the club. He's taking in the whole experience and inviting us to do the same.
Yeah.
This highlights how a detailed observer can enrich a narrative far beyond just its immediate subject.
Then Hiroki swings, and Mark describes it as a nice draw. Now, a draw is the opposite of a slice for a right-hander. The ball curves gently right to left, often considered, a highly controlled, desirable shot.
The ideal shot shape for many.
Right. Mark declares, looks like it's going to be fantastic, and it lands just left of the pin, pin high. Pin high, meaning it landed roughly even with the hole, distance-wise.
Perfect distance control.
He exclaims, unbelievable, perfect shot, thank you, perfect shot, lucky shot. It's not a lucky shot. That's a perfect shot.
Haha, I love that correction.
Me too. Mark's insistence on perfect over lucky, it reveals this deep appreciation for genuine skill. He is very much rooting for Hiroki, you can tell, and he wants you to know it's not just chance or a fluke.
Right.
It's a testament to Hiroki's talent and execution. This also kind of speaks to Mark's own high standards and his admiration for true golfing prowess.
This insistence on skill over luck is, I think, profoundly significant. It underlines Mark's belief in Hiroki's abilities and sets a clear standard for what he considers a truly excellent shot. It's an evaluation, not just a description.
Good point.
This active judgment on the commentator's part shapes your perception. It guides you to appreciate the nuance and difficulty of the game. It's a key aspect of how an expert observer can sort of educate their audience without explicitly lecturing them.
But then there's an unexpected turn, a swing in fortune that's just so typical of golf.
Ah, yes. The golf gods intervene.
Right. Despite that brilliant shot, Hiroki is on the second hole on 1, putting for birdie again. The anticipation builds, the potential for another birdie is right there. But then a sudden vocal drop. He's going to be short. Short, short. Who's short? Oh, what a disappointment. What a disappointment.
Oof. You feel that.
That repetition of short, it really makes you feel the immediate letdown, doesn't it? It's such a stark contrast to the early relation, a moment of palpable agony that, any golfer or anyone who has ever fallen just short of a goal can instantly relate to.
This sudden shift in fortune and Mark's vocal disappointment provide an immediate emotional hook. It humanizes the game and the player. It shows that even the best shots can lead to unexpected challenges.
Yeah.
And that golf, like life, is full of these near misses and what-ifs. You feel that swing of emotion right along with Mark, and it reinforces his authenticity as a commentator. He's not detached. He's feeling the game. And in doing so, he makes you feel it too. It's a powerful example of how vulnerability can actually deepen connection.
And it culminates in a tough save, thankfully. The ensuing putt is described as still hard. This is a tough putt, gonna have a break to it. That break, meaning the green isn't flat, the ball will curve. So it's not a gimme, not straightforward.
Yep.
But Hiroki, showing resilience, made it okay. Nice par, buddy. So, despite the initial disappointment of missing the birdie, he recovers for a solid par. This showcases his ability to recover under pressure.
Which is crucial in golf.
Absolutely. What's evident from just these early holes is how quickly Mark establishes the stakes and the character of Hiroki through this highly descriptive language and these really swift emotional shifts. For me, this immediate, unfiltered reaction creates an instant, almost intimate connection, like you're watching the game with a friend who's just fully invested in every single stroke.
Yeah.
This is such a crucial element for drawing a listener into any complex subject.
Moving deeper into the round now,
Yeah.
what's truly impressive here is how Mark doesn't just describe the shots. He really immerses us in the strategic landscape of the course itself.
Yeah, the course becomes a character too.
Yeah, exactly. He highlights the inherent challenges, the tough choices players have to make, and the surprising outcomes that can just pop up. This level of detailed description of the physical environment, it isn't just background noise. It actively sculpts our mental image of the game. It allows us to visualize the palm trees, the slopes, the hazards. It paints this dynamic picture of player versus environment.
That's a really keen observation. We see Hiroki constantly encountering various hazards and obstacles, and Mark's commentary brings them vividly to life. For example, on hole 7, Hiroki is trying to be on 2.
Aggressive play on a par 4.
Right. For those unfamiliar, that means he's trying to reach the green just 2 shots on a par 4 hole, which is, yeah, aggressive and highly skilled play. He's also going to have to think in a draw, try not to bounce off the right side.
Needs precision.
He needs to execute that specific right-to-left curving shot perfectly. The tension is palpable, even as Mark notes he's got a perfect draw. But then the ball goes out of our sight, might be in the sand, might be in the bunker.
And you're left hanging.
That immediate uncertainty just adds to the suspense for us, the listener. You're left hanging, waiting to find out where it landed, much like the players themselves, I imagine.
This isn't just a description of the shot. It's a real-time problem-solving narrative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mark is anticipating the shot, acknowledging the challenges, and then reacting to the unknown outcome. He draws the listener deeper into the strategic elements of the game.
Yeah.
It illustrates how effective commentary can turn a simple action into this dramatic mini-narrative, revealing the constant decision-making and risk assessment inherent in high-level performance.
And then we get this genuinely unconventional quip, a really raw and unpolished remark that makes you feel like you're right there on the course with them.
What was that?
After the ball's trajectory, Mark quotes someone saying, "Here, you don't get a candy at." Yeah. It's surprising, gritty, almost blunt bit of dialogue that adds this unexpected layer of character and authenticity to the commentary. It feels like you're right there, hearing the candid, unfiltered remarks that players or caddies might actually say, reveals a less formal, more direct side of the game.
That kind of unvarnished language truly emphasizes the authenticity of Mark's commentary. It's not curated for some formal broadcast. It feels like genuine, in-the-moment reactions from someone deeply familiar with the game and its players.
Totally.
This immediacy makes the experience feel more personal, more immediate, and, yeah, less polished than what you might typically hear. It's a testament to how conversational, relatable language can be more impactful than really formal prose.
Absolutely. The technical demands of golf are highlighted too, especially when Mach emphasizes the challenge of hitting it hard enough to overcome that break on a putt.
Like the slope.
He's referring to the slope of the green that causes the ball to curve. It's a brief but crucial detail that reminds you of the immense precision and subtle power required in every single shot in golf. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about mastering the physics of the environment around you.
That's a subtle but important detail that reveals Mark's deep understanding of golf mechanics. He isn't just observing. He's analyzing the physics and strategy behind each action, which helps us appreciate the complexity.
Hmm.
This depth of understanding, communicated through these succinct observations, is a key component of effective expert commentary. It allows the listener to grasp nuanced concepts without being, overwhelmed by jargon.
And speaking of precision and tools, we then hear about that Scotty Cameron putter again. But this time, Mark attaches a specific price tag to it, $500.
Ah, the famous price tag.
Yeah. He then playfully quips, how can you argue that'd be worth 500? Almost questioning the value while immediately acknowledging its efficacy for a birdie par.
Right, like, is it really worth it? But then, well, it worked.
Exactly. It's a moment of humorous self-awareness about the cost of high-end equipment versus its actual performance. A relatable thought for anyone considering an expensive purchase, whether it's golf clubs or, anything else. It shows his personality isn't afraid to inject a bit of skepticism, quickly followed by respect for the results.
This playful skepticism about the putter's price tag, immediately followed by acknowledging its effectiveness, is a perfect example of Mark's dynamic personality. It's relatable. I mean, who hasn't looked at an expensive piece of equipment and wondered if it's truly worth it?
Sure.
And it reinforces that while he might joke around, he respects the tangible results. This blending of humor and genuine appreciation for skill creates a very engaging and authentic voice.
Then we get another tricky shot, 7-iron for a 170-yard shot. Mark notes a little draw. It's drawing into the tree. It's past the tree. And he's past the tee. Might be a tee box. No?
No,
Yeah, it's over.
just over.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit chaotic.
No, it does. Despite the initial draw into the tree, which sounds problematic, maybe disastrous, it's quickly described as right distance, though. Right distance. Yeah, right distance.
So distance control was good.
Exactly. So even when a shot looks like it's going astray or hitting an obstacle, the overall outcome can still be positive in terms of distance and positioning. It's a powerful illustration of the fine margins in golf and the complex balance of variables at play. A shot isn't just one element, it's a sum of many parts.
It's a quick pivot in assessment which highlights the nuanced nature of golf. A shot can look imperfect in one aspect, like, hitting a tree, but still be strategically sound in another, like achieving the perfect distance.
Right.
Mark's ability to see past the immediate visual and focus on the overall desired outcome is really impressive. It teaches us about judging success not just by initial appearance, but by the final, meaningful result. This depth of analysis provides a much richer understanding than a simple play-by-play would.
And then, on what's described as the hardest hole in the course, Hiroki uses a 5-iron. Mark's commentary on the aiming point is crucial and incredibly detailed.
Laying out the strategy.
Totally. Lined up to go towards the palm tree, which is your aiming point. And then it'll hit the slope, bounce right towards the bridge, maybe past the bridge. Mark is essentially describing the intended trajectory and the physics of the ball's movement in real time, anticipating every bounce and roll.
That's great visualization.
And the result, he exclaims, is a lovely swing. It's good. It's way past. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be past the tree. He is in a perfect spot. Perfect spot. Nice layup. Now he has a perpendicular to the hole. It's fantastic. Mark's enthusiasm for this strategic, well-executed shot is just palpable, and he really breaks down why it was such a smart play. He's showing us the masterful planning behind the execution.
What's truly effective here is how Mark doesn't just describe what happens, but meticulously explains why it's significant. The challenges of the course, the strategic choices, the surprising outcomes.
Yeah.
This raises an important question for us. How does a narrator's detailed description of the physical environment, like that palm tree and the bridge, shape your mental image of the game? For me, I could almost visualize that ball bouncing right towards the bridge because of how vividly it's described.
They do.
It's less about just golf and more about the interplay between player, strategy, and environment, all brought to life through a commentator's keen eye and descriptive language. It's a powerful tool for immersive communication.
Okay, this next section of the commentary, it truly shines a light on Mark's unique character. He isn't just reporting, he's reacting, he's critiquing, he's even engaging in playful banter.
Yeah, he's fully involved.
It's this vibrant tapestry of emotions and reactions that truly brings the game to life in a way that, formal commentary rarely does.
It's fascinating how Mark's commentary builds its character not just through observations of the game, but through his own distinct voice and dynamic personality. This deeply personal approach makes the broadcast incredibly memorable and relatable. It's less about being an impartial observer and more about being a deeply invested participant in the narrative itself.
That's a keen insight. The game continues, and we even hear about another player, Preston with the big dog, which,
Yeah.
as you said, is a common informal term for a driver. The longest hitting club, aiming at the white box. Maybe a little at it. There you go. Perfect. Careful, white box. Okay.
Giving little instructions almost.
Yeah. So we get a sense of other players on the course, the wider context of the game, and these casual interactions beyond just Hiroki. It broadens the narrative beyond a single focus.
It's an immediate broadening of the narrative, yeah.
Yeah.
It lets you know that this isn't some solo performance, but part of a larger interaction on the course. It adds depth to the scene and reinforces the idea that this is a real game happening in a real environment with multiple individuals contributing to the dynamic.
Then we hit what Mark calls most difficult hole-on-course Barcelona shirt, and there's an infamous missed putt. Mark's frustration is so evident, so raw, when he exclaims, "I don't know where that's going. I don't know where that's going." That wasn't even close. That wasn't even towards it. That was not even direct.
Oof, you could just hear the pain.
You can almost hear him throwing his hands up in disbelief, right?
Yeah.
A pure, unvarnished reaction that completely draws you into his emotional state. It really speaks to the raw, unscripted nature of this commentary.
That vocal frustration is key. It's an immediate, unfiltered reaction that pulls you into his emotional state, creating a shared experience of disappointment. And this is where Mark's popularity, particularly with Japanese listeners, becomes really clear.
Interesting point.
He uses English that's direct, expressive, and authentic. It's not the kind you learn in a textbook, right? It's the kind that conveys genuine human emotion and personality. It's relatable precisely because it's unpolished and real, making it highly effective for connecting with an audience, even across cultural boundaries. It communicates emotion and personality beyond just the words themselves.
That makes a lot of sense. And this authenticity then pivots into this hilarious, playful challenge. Hit it again. Hit it. Try one more time.
Yes.
Hit it straight at it. Okay, I'll help it straight now.
Like he's going to magically fix it.
Exactly. It feels like a direct, informal interaction, almost like he's coaching the player in real time, blurring the lines between commentator and participant. But then it hilariously devolves into a classic blame game. No, it went off your head. You went off your club. Had it wrong again. It's your club. It's broken.
Blaming the putter? Classic.
This kind of direct, humorous interaction is a real highlight, transforming a simple missed putt into a moment of pure, relatable comedy. It's truly fantastic stuff.
That kind of informal, direct, and humorous interaction is a hallmark of this commentary style. It differs so significantly from more formal reporting you might encounter, where objectivity and, a measured tone are often prioritized.
Completely different.
Here, the personality is the commentary, making it incredibly memorable and sticky. It's a conversation, not just a report. This unfiltered banter makes Mark an engaging character in his own right, not just a narrator relaying facts.
And throughout the game, there's this recurring auditory element that subtly reinforces the theme. The background chanting of FCB, FCB, FCB.
Right, you hear that pop up.
This reinforces the Barcelona theme from Hiroki's jersey and adds to the atmosphere, connecting the game to a broader cultural identity, almost like a fan chant following him around the course. It adds this immersive, almost stadium-like feel to the otherwise intimate golf commentary.
This recurring chant adds a layer of continuity and a distinct auditory texture to the commentary. It subtly weaves in an element of cultural identity that roots the golf game in a broader, more passionate sporting context, enhancing the overall immersive experience for you, the listener. It's a clever way to build atmosphere and thematic coherence without explicit exposition.
We also get a sense of Hiroki's raw power and precision and maybe a little bit of luck when he hits a par 5 shot that goes, it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. It's easily 250, 250.
This keeps going.
Yeah. And then a triumphant exclamation, no slice today. But later, on a 60-degree forward shot, it's high enough that might be hit the tree. Mark immediately offers direct, unvarnished coaching, saying, I don't know why you got to aim. Should have moved your tee over there. You got to move your tee so you go through that gap. He's in the water.
Ouch. Direct feedback.
It's an immediate, almost exasperated analysis of what went wrong and a clear, explicit suggestion for improvement, as if he's speaking directly to Hiroki right there.
This blend of admiring skill and then offering unvarnished direct critique or advice is another defining characteristic of Mark's style. It speaks to a deep personal investment in Hiroki's game and a genuine desire for him to succeed.
Yeah, you feel that.
It's not just observation. It's active participation through commentary, blurring the lines between reporting and coaching. How does this personality-driven commentary differ from more formal reporting you might encounter, and what makes it stick with you? For me, it's that sense of being a part of the experience, rather than just a passive observer. It's the human element that resonates. Hashtag unforgettable moments and layer profiles.
As we move into what I consider some of the most unforgettable moments and insightful player profiles, what's truly fascinating here is how Mark weaves in these mini narratives and personal comparisons.
Yeah, the stories behind the shots.
Exactly. It's not just about the present moment, it's about the player's history, their unique quirks, and even Mark's own experience as a golfer. This provides broader context and deeper implications, allowing you to feel a stronger, more personal connection to Hiroki and the game itself. It transforms a play-by-play into this rich, ongoing story.
Exactly. These anecdotes and relatable frustrations are what truly elevate the commentary beyond a simple play-by-play. They add layers of depth and personality, turning Hiroki into a more fully realized character for the listener. It's a powerful technique for creating empathy and investment in the subject matter.
We get a reference to a previous feat, for example, with Ace's hole-in-one, Mark mentions, and iron, it's par 3. This is where Ace made a hole-in-one.
Wow, set the bar high.
Right. A hole-in-one, of course, the dream shot in golf, getting the ball in the hole with a single stroke from the tee. Then Hiroki's attempt with a 9-iron is described as nice shot, little draw, and he's going to be just longer. So that's nice. Very nice. This immediately puts Hiroki's current play into a historical context, adding a sense of legacy to the course and showing how he measures up against past triumphs. It's a nice way to build lore around the game and the players.
It effectively creates a narrative tapestry, connecting past achievements to current efforts. This kind of contextualization helps you, the listener, understand the significance of each shot within a larger story, not just as a standalone event. It's a powerful storytelling technique to frame the present within the context of the past.
Then there's the sheer agony of the short birdie putt, a moment almost every golfer has experienced.
Oh, the worst feeling.
It really is. Hiroki's birdie putt, Scotty Cameron putter, is described in agonizing detail. Straight enough, baby! But look at that. That's what we call short.
Yeah.
Pick it up. Our Bruce.
The triple short. You feel his pain.
The extended repetition of short really emphasizes the agonizing missed opportunity. It's a truly relatable moment for any golf enthusiast who knows that frustration of leaving a good putt just shy of the hole. Mark's vocalization of that frustration is what makes it so raw and authentic.
That extended short is just a brilliant use of language to convey emotion. It makes the listener feel Mark's palpable disappointment, which is a shared human experience, right? Whether it's in golf or a botched presentation at work or any endeavor where you fall just short of a goal.
Totally relatable.
It's the micro-narrative of a single, agonizing moment, amplified by the commentator's direct emotional response. This authenticity is a powerful driver of connection.
We also get a highly personalizing anecdote about Hiroki's past. The fairway mix-up on the par 5 8th hole.
Yes, the wrong fairway story.
Mark shares. The last time he played here used the 17th fairway instead of the 8th fairway. Now today he's using the 8th fairway. This immediately personalizes Hiroki, giving him a bit of a quirky history and character on the course. He's not just a golfer, he's Hiroki, the guy who once used the wrong fairway.
Builds character.
The shot itself is described as pulled a little draw, and he's going to be just short of the tee box on number 11, but that's not a bad spot. Not perfect, but not a bad spot. And again, we hear that reinforcing FCB. Yeah, FCB, thank you, linking back to his distinctive jersey and the ongoing chant.
These historical details and personal quirks serve to build a more comprehensive player profile. You're not just hearing about a golfer. You're hearing about Hiroki with his specific habits and history on this particular course.
Right.
It gives you a deeper connection to him as a character, fostering an almost intimate understanding of his personality through these small, telling anecdotes. It's a masterclass in building character through subtle narrative touches.
And Hiroki's sheer power is this recurring, almost legendary theme throughout the commentary. Mark mentions a 310-yard monster drive from a previous game. Yesterday, last time we played, he hit it 310 yards past the palm tree. Should have gone to 2 easily.
Setting expectations high again.
Yeah. Today's shot is equally impressive. Ping straight out. It probably rolled into the sand, but it was fantastic, right? He goes so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really highlights the sheer explosive force behind Hiroki's swings, almost making him a mythical figure in the game. You get a sense of just how exceptional his long game is.
It's these consistent references to Hiroki's exceptional power that build his reputation within the narrative. It's a key part of his player profile, showing his consistent ability to hit the ball with incredible distance. It gives you an appreciation for his physical prowess. This kind of consistent, specific detail creates a strong impression of the player's unique strengths.
Then we hear about Hiroki busting out the big dog, using his driver again for a birdie on a par 5 involving chipping and a one-putt. Mark notes the fairly narrow fairway, and then a surprising, almost unbelievable detail.
What was it?
He's a little dry, actually. Actually hit a tree on the left side. Don't see that very often. Normally, he takes it all the way out front. So he hit that tree, and a bunch of leaves came down. Do you see a drop? No.
Yeah.
Probably way over there. Okay, go Hiroki.
The leaves coming down. That's such a great visual.
Isn't it? The detail about the leaves, falling dramatically, adds a vivid visual flourish, making the moment incredibly cinematic and memorable. It's a specific sensory detail that pulls you directly into the scene.
That kind of precise sensory detail, the leaves coming down, is what differentiates Mark's commentary from just a generic report. It's not just reporting, it's painting a picture, engaging your imagination, and making you feel like you witnessed it.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the power of observation and the ability to focus on moments that add color and depth to the narrative, even if they're brief.
But perhaps the most personal and humorous moment, and certainly the most relatable for anyone who's ever played golf, or frankly tried anything they weren't particularly good at, comes with the pitching wedge.
Ah, this one's great.
Mark notes, this is Hiroi with a pitching wedge in a par 3, 140 yards to the back. And this is why we don't like Hiroi, because he can hit a pitching wedge 140 yards, and I can hit a driver 140 yards if I'm lucky.
Uh-huh. The self-deprecation is perfect.
This self-deprecating humor makes Mark incredibly relatable. He's sharing his own struggles, putting Hiroki's immense skill into stark, funny contrast with his own. He makes himself the everyman, allowing us to laugh with him and connect with that shared human experience of aspiration meeting reality.
Namely.
And so he stood up. He hit it, and it's on the green. You can hear everybody in the background is saying it, FCB, FCB.
What's really fascinating here is how Mark weaves in these mini narratives and personal comparisons. It's not just about the present moment. It's about the player's history, their quirks, and crucially, Mark's own experience.
Right, his own game comes into it.
This provides broader context and deeper implications, allowing you to feel a stronger connection to the subject. This self-effacing humor is incredibly powerful in forging a bond with the listener, making Mark feel like a friend, not just a voice. He understands that genuine connection often comes from sharing relatable vulnerabilities. It makes Hiroki's brilliance shine even brighter because we're seeing it through a very human, sometimes envious lens.
Okay, now we're well into the final stretch of Hiroki's round, where the pressure truly mounts, and we witness the game's climax and several pretty unexpected turns.
This is where it gets really tense.
Yeah, Mark vividly captures the fine margins and high stakes inherent in golf, making every single shot feel critical.
This section really amplifies the tension. The detailed descriptions of misjudgments, hazards, near misses, combined with Mark's raw reactions, they draw you into the critical moments of the game. It highlights the unpredictability of performance under immense pressure. It's a masterclass in building narrative suspense, even when you know the outcome is already set.
Exactly. We see a strategic misjudgment that leads to an overdraw into the water, Mark explains. Hiroki is going to draw to the left side of that tree. So this is sitting 1. So this is par 5. He's going to have his second shot.
Going for the green in 2 again?
Right, aiming to get there in 2 on a par 5. He's going to play conservative ball, but I think he drew it a little too much. A little too much. And now it's going to be went all the way up and then around and then down. Now it's in the water. Yeah, see, a little too much. A little too much straw. Should have gone over the tree.
Ouch. That tiny bit too much draw.
It illustrates just how fine the margins are in golf. A little bit too much draw, a fraction off, and the ball ends up wet. It's a painful but clear lesson in precision.
That kind of post-shot analysis, where Mark immediately pinpoints the exact error and offers a solution, should have gone over the tree, reinforces his expertise and helps you understand the strategic nuances of the game.
Yeah, you learned something.
It's a breakdown of cause and effect in real time. This isn't just reporting a mistake, it's dissecting it, offering a micro lesson in golf strategy, and reminding us how even the most skilled players can be undone by tiny miscalculations.
And the course continues to present challenges, just unforgiving, like the river hazard and missed putts. Hiroki, still warming up Barcelona Football Club shirt, its new hat, aims for extra distance on one shot. But Mark believes it's in the river, but it's way out there. It's way out there. What way out? Way out there.
That repetition really emphasizes the distance, even if it's wet.
Exactly. The sheer repetition emphasizes the immense distance of the shot, even if it ultimately ended up in the wrong place. Then, a later par 3 shot is missed, leading to a putt the same distance going back the other way. Very shot, car putt short, but look what happens if you hit it too hard. Huh, that's right.
The dreaded comeback putt after going past.
The consequence of hitting too hard overshooting the hole is vividly portrayed, showing the double-edged sword of aggressive play. It's a game of absolute precision where too little or too much can spell disaster.
This raises an important question. How does Mark's direct engagement with the listener and the explicit buildup of pressure make you feel more invested in the outcome? What can this teach us about creating engaging narratives? The vivid portrayal of consequences, like the ball ending up in the river or overshooting a putt, makes the stakes very real. It's about building a shared emotional journey where the listener is actively participating in the highs and lows, not just observing them.
We then witness that brutal birdie the bogey swing of fortune for Hiroki, his errand putt, where he missed it before he went from birdie to bogey.
That's a gut punch.
Yeah, a bogey is one stroke over par, so missing a birdie putt only to end up with a bogey is a crushing blow, a two-stroke swing for the worse. Mark acknowledges, this is still a tough spot, and then he adds this quirky, deeply observational detail. Let's see if he lifts his leg up.
Haha, watching for the mannerism.
It's these small, almost idiosyncratic observations of player mannerisms that make the commentary so unique and personal, adding another layer of intimacy to the portrayal of Hiroki.
These little details contribute significantly to Mark's distinct voice. He's not just describing the mechanics of the shot, but also the player's unique mannerisms, making the portrayal incredibly rich and human. It's another example of his keen eye for those telling, authentic moments that elevate the narrative beyond mere facts, connecting us more deeply to the human element of the game.
And then one of the most personal and distinct anecdotes of the whole round unfolds. The phone saga.
Ah, yes, the lost phone.
On a par 5, Hiroki got his phone sticking in his pocket. He lost it like last week's 16th hole for a minute, and he went back to try to find it. Finally went back with his buddy Tom, and the 4 eyes peeled out of the 2, and they were able to find the phone.
Such a relatable moment of panic.
It's such a specific, relatable incident. I mean, who hasn't misplaced their phone and felt that mini panic? It truly personalizes Hiroki, reminding us he's a real person with everyday worries. And despite this potential distraction, or maybe fueled by it, he hits that ball. He hits that ball all the way to the dam, I think. All the way to, oh damn, oh damn, oh damn, oh damn.
The oh damn chorus. Pure awe.
The repetition of oh damn captures the sheer awe of Mark at the power of the shot, especially coming right after such a humanizing and amusing anecdote. It's a fantastic narrative contrast. Everyday foibles, followed by extraordinary skill.
That anecdote and the subsequent reaction are a masterclass in narrative engagement. It provides a personal glimpse into Hiroki's life, making him more relatable, and then immediately pivots to highlight his incredible skill, creating a powerful contrast that truly resonates with the listener.
Yeah.
It's the human story that underpins the athletic achievement, making both more impactful. This is a crucial lesson in how to make any complex topic accessible, grounded in relatable human experience.
Finally, we get some deep technical insight with an unusual club choice and a tailwind discussion. Hiroki uses a 7-iron for 170 yards. Everybody else is using a driver.
That's incredible distance for a 7-iron.
It really is. This immediately sets him apart, highlighting his unique strength and touch. Mark notes, rookie head down. High on the ball. Pow. Hits it up a little to the right, but it's drawing back to the left. It's going to be long and to the right. He's going to be off to the right about 20 yards and a little bit long. A little bit long. Yep. Maybe you had a tailwind. 7.
Oh.
So I hit the 7 for 18. You had a tailwind. A little, not much. Okay. All right.
Analyzing the wind factor.
This detailed discussion of club choice and environmental factors like tailwind adds another layer of technical insight for the listener. It shows the immense complexity of decision-making in golf, where every variable from the club to the wind really matters.
This level of detail in discussing club choice and environmental factors truly enriches your understanding of the strategic depth of golf. It's not just hitting a ball. It's about making calculated decisions based on numerous variables. Mark doesn't just present the facts. He analyzes the strategic implications, helping us understand the why behind each action, and demonstrating that true expertise involves seeing the hidden forces at play.
And this all leads to the climactic putt, where the pressure is just immense. A truly defining moment for Hiroki. Mark builds immense anticipation for us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hiroki. If he makes this putt, he's going to be 6 over, which 6 over so far, which would be 70. Best score in my life. Best score. This would be the best score of his life if he makes this.
Setting the stage perfectly.
Yeah. Now, for those less familiar with golf scoring, finishing 6 over means he completed the course in 6 strokes more than the official par score. But for Hiroki, a 70 total would represent a remarkable personal best. Stakes couldn't be higher. It's a career-defining moment right there on the line.
Mark's explicit declaration of the stakes is what makes this moment so gripping. It puts all the previous observations, Hiroki's quirks, his power, his past challenges into context, making this one putt the culmination of the entire round. It creates a powerful sense of shared anticipation, not just with Hiroki, but with Mark, and ultimately with you, the listener. It's an incredibly effective way to build narrative climax.
And they don't just tell you the stakes. Mark actively involves you in the suspense. The putt is slightly uphill Scotty Cameron putter. He then directly addresses the listener, creating shared anticipation and almost a collective plea. If he's short, I want everyone to call it out. Under pressure, 6 over, yeah, kind of thing.
Asking the audience to participate.
It's an open invitation to actively participate in the moment, to feel that pressure alongside Hiroki and Mark. This direct engagement is what makes his commentary so uniquely captivating and memorable.
This direct engagement with the listener, asking them to participate in the moment, is such a powerful technique for creating an immersive narrative. It's not just a passive listening experience, it's an invitation to be part of the shared suspense and emotional journey.
Yeah, you feel like you're there.
It's a profound lesson in how a commentator or narrator can actively involve their audience, making them feel like a co-conspirator in the unfolding story. It teaches us that shared experience, even in observation, amplifies engagement and memory. #outro of outro.
So we've truly navigated a remarkable golf course today. Not just through a series of shots and scores, but through the vibrant, unvarnished, and deeply personal commentary that brought every single moment to vivid life.
Yeah, it was quite a journey.
We saw Hiroki's incredible skills and his very relatable struggles, the course's daunting challenges, and above all, the undeniable magnetic personality of our guide, Mark.
Indeed. This deep dive wasn't just about golf, was it? It was a profound masterclass in observation, description, and emotional resonance. We learned how a commentator's quick wit, that self-deprecating humor, unfiltered reactions, and remarkably authentic English can make even a series of golf shots incredibly engaging.
Yeah.
It highlighted the undeniable power of specific details, relatable anecdotes, and that direct address in forging an immediate and lasting connection with an audience.
So, as you go about your day, think about the vast amount of information you encounter. Do you typically just get the facts, or do you get the commentary, that human personality-driven layer that truly brings it to life?
Good question.
How might you approach sharing information or understanding new topics by actively looking for the personality, the specific, telling details, and the underlying emotions, just like our golf commentator Mark did? It's about moving beyond mere data points to truly connect with the story.
Ultimately, considering how much personality and profound insight could be packed into a seemingly simple golf commentary, what unseen or unspoken layers of meaning might be present in the information you consume or create every single day.
It's a great thought to end on.
These are the layers just waiting to be uncovered by a deeper dive. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most insightful details and most valuable knowledge aren't found in the official report or the objective summary, but in the passionate human observations that surround it, just waiting for you to unearth them.